In this video, we are going to go through the process of checking the overall model fit for a Cox regression model in Stata. Consider watching our previous episodes to appreciate how the other steps 1 up to 4 are done. We have also covered other approaches like the Kaplan-Meier and the log rank test for analyzing our survival data. So today we are focusing on how to check goodness of fit of your final model. Checking for goodness of fit in a Cox pH model involves use of a plot of Cox-Snell residuals and the Nelson-Aalen survival estimator. And if the model fits the data well, plotting the Cox-Snell residuals, which are basically values of the cumulative hazard estimated by the fitted model, against the Nelson-Aalen estimator of cumulative hazard, which is simply a non-parametric estimate of cumulative hazard based on the actual data values, this would result into a straight line. The Cox-Snell residuals are predicted from the fitted model, whereas the Nelson-Aalen estimator is simply an empirical estimate of the cumulative hazard function, but using the Cox-Snell residuals as survival time instead of the original survival time. But it also uses the original data censoring variable or your outcome. So this is what we are going to do to determine the goodness of fit of our model using this Cox-Snell and Nelson-Aalen estimator plot. First, we shall run our final model, the one which we want to assess its goodness of fit or its model fit. Then we shall predict the quantity of Cox-Snell residuals. Then we redeclare our data as survival data using Cox-Snell residuals as survival time instead of the original survival time. And after that declaration, then we shall predict the Nelson-Aalen survival estimator. Then after that, we shall obtain our plot of Cox-Snell residuals versus the Nelson-Aalen survival estimator. And if the model fits the data, the plot should approximately give us a straight line with a slope of 1. This is very simple. Let us see how it is done in Stata. Here is our hypothetical survival time data that we are going to use to demonstrate how to check for model fit. We have our variables ID of the participant. We have the event date, whether it happened, coded as 1, or it didn't happen, coded 0. We also have here time to event. Then we have 3 independent variables that we want to use to predict survival time. So first we shall fit the final model. So we assume you've already gone through step 1 up to 4 and you've come up with your final model. So you want to check whether this model is a good fit. In any survival analysis, you have to declare your data to be survival data in Stata. So simply go to statistics, survival analysis, and then setup and utilities. Declare your data to be survival time data. My data has already been declared, but if you've not, here you put your time variable or time to event. Then you, under failure variable, you put that variable which denotes whether the event happened or not. And under failure values, in my data, a 1 shows that the event happened. Then you click OK. You will have the output for survival time data settings here and other details. After this declaration, we have to fit our final model, our final Cox regression model that we want to check its goodness of fit. So we go to statistics, survival analysis, then regression models, Cox proportional hazards model. Within this, we specify our independent variables. We have gender, we have treatment, and age. If you want to show Stata that these are categorical variables, you can put I dot before the variable names that are categorical, and then we click OK. So Stata is going to produce for us the output of that Cox regression model. It It is after fitting the model that is when you can proceed to check overall model fit. So based on this model, we shall predict the Cox-Snell residuals through statistics, post-estimation, and then under predictions here, we are going to select hazard ratios, survivor functions, etc. And then within the other dialog box, we specify what we want, and actually we want the Cox-Snell residuals down here. I will click on them and then give them a name and just call them Cox-Snell residuals. Give it a name of your choice, click OK, and then I can close this. If we browse our data, we can now see that we have a new variable, Cox-Snell residuals, as a new variable created here. So next we are going to redeclare our data to be survival data, but instead of using time as we've done before, we now have to use Cox-Snell residuals as our survival time. To do that, simply go back to statistics, survival analysis, and then setup and utilities, then declare data to be survival data. And instead of this time, we are going to use the Cox-Snell residuals that we've just predicted, and then we click OK. There are always theoretical reasoning and explanations behind which residue to use and why should you first redeclare your data using that particular residue. But for purposes of applied analysis, I decided to keep it out of the scope of these videos. So those who are interested can always go ahead and read more about particular concepts within the video. So after redeclaring our data using Cox-Snell residue as the survival time, then we can now predict the Nelson-Aalen hazard. To estimate the Nelson-Aalen estimator of cumulative hazard, simply go to statistics, survivor analysis, then under summary statistics, tests and tables, click on generate survivor and related functions. You have a list of predictions that you can make here, but we are interested in this Nelson-Aalen cumulative hazard function, and we give it a name. You can just call it Nelson. Give it a name of your choice, click OK. So you will have generated the Nelson-Aalen estimator here. So next we are going to plot our Nelson-Aalen estimator against Cox-Snell residuals through graphics, two-way graphs. Then we can just simply create a basic plot where we have on our Y, we have our Nelson-Aalen estimator, and then we have on the X our Cox-Snell residuals, and then we can submit this. With this graph, if our model is a good fit, then we expect to get a straight line with a slope of 1. And based on this, we can see that our line is roughly a straight line, except towards the end, this side. So based on this, we can say our model is a good fit. So that's how we can test for goodness of fit of our final model of a Cox regression for survival data analysis. If you found this video useful, consider liking and subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss out any of our episodes. Next, we shall look at the interpretation and reporting of Cox regression results. See you in the next episode.